What is up, Wholesale to Million family? We're back with another subscriber first wholesale deal in the game. Now, this is going to be a little bit different because he's been in the real estate game for a very long time, but I guess he just start jumping into the whole wholesaling side of being a real estate investor. So if this video add any value to you, please show my guest and your boy King Khang some love and boom, smash that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, I want to give you a warm welcome to the Wholesale to Million family, where we are the true hustler. We're not just a talker, but you got to be a doer. So anyways, you guys put your thumbs together and help me welcome Jonas. What's going on, bro?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. So once again, how much is your first wholesale deal, dude?
38 grand, man.
Dude, 38 G's, man. I used to work a whole entire year for 38. No, just for 30K. Now, how long did it take you to make the 38,000?
So this particular deal took me 3 months to get this actual deal. This one right here. So it took me about 3 months. Yeah, man, it's been a journey, man. I gotta rewind it so you can so I can get you back to literally how everything started. My first deal, man, fell through. I started, wholesaling. Within the first week, I was gonna close on a $40,000 deal. I gotta give you the whole rundown, man. It's been crazy.
So the 38,000 is your first wholesale deal, and how recent was this?
This was it closed last week.
Oh, dude, okay, you got it. Okay, so let's give people a little bit about your background, and then we can kind of shift into your first wholesale deal, bro.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So my background, man, I'm licensed. I'm actually licensed in 5 different states. I lived in 5 different cities in 5 different states in the U.S. So I'm licensed in California, Florida, Connecticut, New York, and Massachusetts.
Dang, okay.
Yeah, man. So, the real estate journey has been, up and down roller coaster for me, but I just didn't like the fact that I didn't have control and, chasing the buyers and chasing the sellers and all that. And I felt like I was pretty much helping the brokerage and not myself. So I wanted to, make all the money for myself. I didn't want to break anybody off,
Yeah.
So I said, listen, man, I'm done with this. I want to get down into it, and I started wholesaling, man, and so far so good.
Good, man. Okay, so Jonas, I want to talk about on the realtor side just a little bit, okay? Just for those that trying to understand the mindset and the background and actually how much money you actually make. Okay, so how long were you an agent for?
A full-time agent license about 6 years.
Okay. So let's break down the cost for those that don't understand. Right. So when you close on a deal, what is your fee? What is your broker's fees and all that?
Yeah, so that's the thing, I didn't like it, man, because they hit you over the head with the fees.
Yeah.
And then you're down to nothing. And then you got to pay the taxes and everything, and then you have nothing left.
Yep.
So, first you got to pay the brokerage, obviously. So let's say if you're with a good brokerage firm, you'll be lucky to get 70-30 split, right? But if you join the team, you have to, you'll be 50-50.
Yeah.
Right? And then you got to pay the desk fees on top of it. And then let's say you're part of the team. So you really just, dude, you're making almost not even a quarter of the total amount that you're supposed to make.
Right. So the thing is, I really want people to understand this. So when you get into the business, you know what you're getting into. So that way you can have a clear which path you really, really want to take. Because whatever you focus on, you guys, that is what's going to grow. All right. And you don't want to be the average of 2 things. I've seen people get into real estate, bro. And they're like, well, Carl, I want to be an agent, but I also want to be an investor as well. Well, do you want to be the #1 agent, or do you want to be the #1 real estate investors? Right. Because when you go at 2 things at the same time and trying to grow 2 businesses at the same time, you will be average. You won't be the best at one thing.
Right.
So let's talk about this. So okay. So when you're saying if you work with a broker, it's 730. So what do you mean by that?
That that's like if you have a good broker, you know, and they agree to you and they feel that you have potential and you have some type of good background or whatnot, they'll give you 70-30. So you get 70 and then you get 70% and then they get 30%.
Okay, so
that's a good one.
Okay, so for example, let's just say the house is 100 G's.
Yeah.
Okay, so 100 G's, typically real estate commission, we're just going to go with 3%, right?
Right.
So $3,000.
Yep.
So you get, so 70% of that, so you get 2,100?
2,100, right? But then the brokerage has fees as well. So it really comes out to about 64%, right? Because then you have to pay what they say, what is it called? Like the dues, the yearly dues.
Yep.
You know, they hit. So the yearly dues, I guess you have to, they cap. So until you cap, which it'll probably be like 40,000, you have to keep paying the brokers 40,000. So then it just keeps dwindling down, and then until you cap, you got to keep paying them. So that 70% becomes about 64%.
Whew. And then you got taxes on top of that.
Then you got taxes on top of that.
Uncle Sam.
Kill you.
Right. So the thing is, when you, okay, now listen, this is not to knock down realtors, not at all. All right. I just want you guys to have a clear path of which way you're going to take. Right. Because you hear realtors say, hey, I just, I did 50 million this year, but you got to understand, 50 million's 3%, the commission. So even though they give you this high number, you got to understand that there's a bunch of fees that's going to come off of it. And what do you really end up, what do you really end up netting? That's the most important thing.
And that's without marketing costs. Because let's say you want to get leads, you have to get these leads some way, somehow. If you don't get it word of mouth, you have to come out of pocket. So let's say you put a bunch of leads, you put a bunch of ads on Zillow. Zillow's not cheap. Truly is not cheap. So, let's say these realtors say they're making $1 million.
Yep.
Really probably could come down to like 300,000 or something like that. It's like a big chunk.
Yep. And I so agree. I so agree with you, bro. The thing is, a lot of you guys go in and don't take all the costs and all the fees into consideration. Right. So when it hits you, you'll be like, whoa, dude. Now listen, being a real estate agent is not easy. Being the number one real estate agent is not easy. Being a real estate investor is not easy either, right? They're both hard. You just choose which hard you want to go down, okay?
Right.
So now let's talk about the 50-50 split, bro. So let's just say, so what do you mean by going on a team and getting the 50-50 split?
Okay, so you know how there's a bunch of agents that they're the number one team, right? Yep. They have like 10 people involved. Let's say I have a team of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, right? If you join the team, that means now instead of that 70-30 split, you are now getting they get 50%. That team is getting 50. So let's say, what was it that we were left off with, like 3,000, 2,000, something like that?
Yeah, let's say $2,000.
Okay, so out of that 2,000, now you got to hit off your team, your team leader, or the guy that's in charge of the team. You got to hit them with 50% off. They take 50%.
Wait. Hold on a second.
Yeah, dude.
No, wait, dude. So when you say 70-30, I mean, so when you take 70-30, is that different from the 50-50, or is that not?
No, that's different, because now the team member has to get a cut.
No. So you're saying if I sold a property for $100,000 and I get a $3,000 commissions, $700 goes to my broker.
Right.
And then I got to split the 2,100 left over with my team.
With your team, whatever team you join under that brokerage.
Oh, really?
Yes, dude. Yes.
Wow. So 2,100 divided by half. So half of that.
That's where you're left if you join a team. If you don't join a team, then you get the 70-30 split. It comes down to 64% or whatnot.
I got you. Okay. So now what is the benefit for joining the team?
Well, supposedly the benefit is that they help you, but in reality, in this business, if you don't help yourself, you're not gonna make any money. You know
that. Dude, I'm telling you, man, like, this is the real world. A lot of you,
the real world.
Dude, this is the real world. It's like the toughest survive. You gotta have tough skin. You gotta be willing to freaking hustle like a beast.
Yeah. Like a beast.
Because nobody's gonna come and be like, hey Jonas, you know what, man? I just closed on a deal here. Dude, I just made 20 G's. I'm gonna give you 5 G's. No one's gonna do that for you, man.
Nobody's gonna do it. And I'm glad that you got me on this because, you know, I have a real estate background, but you know, the people that are new and they tuning into your channel, I want to give them the real, you know, the like raw and uncut, just how you do it, you know,
I like
because
that,
I want to prepare them for the worst so that, you know, we can give some value to them as these, you know, these young kids that are starting now, you know, so you can know what to expect. And then, you know, it's not easy, but I want to give you all the information I can so that you don't make, you know what you're getting into. And then obviously you don't make the same mistakes as I'm making. And you can pretty much take control of your business, you know?
Dude, bro, I love it, man. I love it. So now, for those of you who knows, I'm not an agent, right? When I first started, man, you know, people said, hey, Khang, since you fix and flip so much property, why don't you or your wife get a realtor? Or, you know, get our license. I said, you know what, man, my wife and I we're too stupid to pass the test. I said, we'll be too stupid to pass the test. So I'd rather just, you know, fix the property up, rehab it, and hand it over to you guys. You do what you're best at, and I'm just going to focus on doing what I'm good at. So anyways, so let's talk about the 50-50 on the team really quick, man.
Yeah.
So, because I know when you go on a team where they actually give you the leads to call, right? Where you don't have to spend money on marketing. Right. Is that what it is?
They give you the leads to call, correct. But you're still grinding and hustling, man. It's if you're doing it for someone else, why wouldn't you do it for yourself? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I see this all around, and that's why I want to bring value to, you know, to the newbies in it, man. You're making them money. Why don't you learn, bust your behind, right, and make the money for yourself instead of just giving it to them, you know?
Right there, bro. And let me tell you guys, right? You guys gotta understand. This is like climbing the ladder. Yeah. To me, I'm not an agent, but to me, here's what I think. To actually be a profitable agent, you have to climb up on top where you actually have the team making the money for you. Right?
Right.
So the thing is, you guys got to understand, majority of people, you know, when you're trying to climb up, becoming successful, let me tell you, man, dude, it's extremely, extremely hard. And a lot of times where I make a post and I said, you got to willing to pay the price. When I say pay the price, I don't mean by money, dude. I don't mean by paying the money, but yes, you got to pay the money too. But when I first started, here's what I mean by you got to pay the price tag. The price tag is the sacrifice, time away from friends and family, working on weekends, working on holidays. Like you're grinding when people are sleeping. You're grinding when they're out taking vacation, having fun, partying. You're missing out on the club. You're missing out on all of that because you're willing to trade that for a better future, for a better life. Yeah. And that's what I mean by the price tag. And listen, and you have to pay the price too. So my wife and I, what we did is, dude, we hustle, we save our money. And when we got into real estate, we pay for a mentor. Yeah. And then I got in connection with my banker. He's like a vice president of the bank. So for me to build relationship and get into his circle, guess what I did? I paid for his whole entire family vacation trip. That is money coming out of my pocket. That is I'm paying my way, dude, to climb to the top. Yeah. And if you don't have the money, dude, you better grind and find that money to pay yourself into the circle. Like now I go to a real estate mastermind where these guys and gals.
I'm aiming to that, brother. You're
talking about CG, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Dude,
that's the goal, man. You grind for that, bro. That's what it's about, man. You put, like you said, you put the time in, you put the work in. You don't, I start my day, I'm 34, right? But I started, like these kids, like in my early 20s. Yep. I didn't go to the clubs. I don't drink alcohol. I work out. I wake up every day at 5:30 in the morning to get my start before anybody. Before the sun's up, I'm out grinding, bro. I'm in the gym. I don't drink. I work. I bust my butt. I put my time in. This is what it takes, man. All you young kids, man, this is what it takes. Discipline. My 3 words are discipline, focus, and action. You have
That's
the
it, dude.
discipline. You have the discipline. You can conquer anything in this world. Then you got to focus. You focus on that task, on that goal, and then you take your action. Once you take that action, dude, you're off to the races.
Bro, I love it, man. So, woo, man, I'm so glad I have you on, bro. So, Jonas, let's go ahead and jump in, dude. Let's share with people a little bit about, kind of like, let's talk about a little bit about your background real quick, and then and then let's talk about your first wholesale deal.
Okay. All right. So a little bit about my background. I found you on Instagram through Touch.
Oh, really?
So Touch,
dude, he's a beast.
He's a beast. That's talk about goals. That's goals right there, right?
Yeah.
So I was scrolling through Instagram one day, right? And Touch said, let's talk about, investing and all that stuff. He was like, listen, if you guys want to know about wholesaling, I suggest you guys follow you.
Oh, that's so sweet of him.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I go on your page, right? Check this out. So I go on your page and I start seeing, your posts and your catchphrases. I'm like, I said, who's this Asian guy with this broken English talking about let's go get this money? Right? But something told me, like, dig into him, So I started digging into you, dude. And I'm like, I'm checking out your stuff. I'm seeing your posts. I'm like, this dude is up to something. So I'm researching you. I'm going on your page on Wholesale to Millions on YouTube. I'm seeing what you're doing. I'm seeing what you're about. And, a lot of people out there are full of BS. You know that. Yep. But there was something about you that told me that this dude is legit. Oh. Dude, no, real talk. So I'm looking at you. I'm looking at your pages. I'm looking at your videos. And I'm like, this dude knows what he's talking about. And I've seen a lot of other guys. There's other guys that do what you do. But for some reason, I aligned to you, and I believe what you're preaching to the choir. So if anybody's out there saying if this guy's a scam artist or he's full of crap, no, this dude is legit.
Bro, thank you for the kind word, man. But you're making me blush, bro.
Not real talk, man. No, but we gotta appreciate people like you because you're offering on your platform free game.
Free game. Yep.
Free game, dude. You just gotta put the time in, research it, listen to what he's saying, and you'll be off to the races just like I was. So thanks a lot. So that's how I started, man. Pretty much wholesaling. I checked your stuff out. I went on your website. Obviously, I have somewhat of a real estate background. I have to say I'm a good negotiator. I've been doing it for a while, but I never got to the nitty gritty into wholesaling. Getting my systems in place. The calls, the text messages. The systems. So, I pretty much followed your guide, man. And thankfully, it's working out, man. And I appreciate it. Real talk.
Bro, dude, I love it, man. Dude, thank you so much for the kind word, man. But, 10 years ago, those of you who are watching this, if you're trying to get your first deal, I want you to understand this. Everything that you're going through, it's not just you. I went through the exact same step as you. I was lost. I was confused. Trying to figure it out, trying to see who's legit, see people post check, think it's baloney. No way, they make it seem so easy. The reason why is it get easier is because, once you have system, you have team in place, you know what you're doing, things gets a little bit easier, right? But anyways, bro, Jonas, let's jump into your first wholesale deal, dude. So how do you found the seller?
So I found the seller. It was a virtual deal. I'm up on the East Coast. I'm up on the East Coast, Northeast right now. But the deal, I did it virtually. I did it in Florida.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, in Florida. I go through either PropStream or List Source and, a few other, channels.
Sure.
And, I pretty much, I skip traced. I started, making my calls.
Now, wait. Jonas, let's really break this down simple. So for those of you listening, you can use List Source or PropStreams. That's who I use. I'll leave the link for PropStreams right down below. You can use my affiliate link, get a 7 days free trial. I've been using them for many years to pull my distressed property list, okay? So Jonas, once you pull the list, what kind of list do you pull, bro?
So the list that I like, that I feel comfortable with, that make the most sense for anybody listening, for me, high equity. high equity, living in the property about 14 to 15 years.
Okay.
So there's some equity.
Yep.
And equity about 50 to 55, 60% worth of equity.
Free game, you guys. Listen in, man. I'm telling you, free games, no sales pitch. Free game. No sales pitch, no catch, no nothing. The only thing you need to put in after you're done with this video is the WORK, time and hustle. Let's go. Say, okay, okay. So once you pull that list, what do you do after that, bro?
I pulled that list, right? That's the list that I like. High equity. I skip trace it.
Okay, so who do you use to skip trace?
Whether I'm using I like either PropStream or list source. But I like PropStream to skip trace.
Sure. Okay.
I skip trace through them.
Okay.
They give you the emails, they give you the phone numbers, right? And then what I did is I pick up the phone, old fashioned, man. Old fashioned.
Now, bro, how big was the list?
The list was about probably like 300.
Okay. And you didn't use any special dialer. You just pounded the phone one number at a time?
At the beginning, yes.
Okay. Keep going.
And then, I at the beginning, I was just one by one.
Hustle, man.
And then hustle, man, because I feel like at the beginning, one by one, instead of, if you get a dialer 3 or 4, like I feel like you're missing out on a few, you know? So if you go one by one, it's like, all right, I'm putting the time, this person, I know I called that person at that time. And then, you can move on to the next one. On a dialer, which is good, you can get like 1,000 calls in an hour done. Yep. But I feel like you miss out on the few,
Okay.
One by one, I started calling them. And I picked up my first deal out of Orlando, right? My first deal out of Orlando, not this one. My first deal out of Orlando, I got it under contract, right? My profit was about to be, my first deal within the first week, it was going to be like 45K, right? So check this out. And this is for everyone. So this is for everyone that's getting started. I don't want you guys to get discouraged, because I want you guys to learn it's a hard process. And I could have quit after this situation that I'm going to give you, but I didn't. You got to keep going. So it was a single family house in Orlando. And they had 40,000, and then I guess the tenants were month to month. But then they had, in Florida, they had, or throughout the United States, they had the evict, that you can't evict the tenants. So these tenants weren't paying for a few months, but they were bad tenants, right? I literally within the week, I got it on the contract. My profit was going to be 40K, but the problem was that the end buyer wanted to go and walk the property, as anybody should, right? They're entitled to, right? The tenants wouldn't let them in. They were bad tenants. So long story short, man, they couldn't get in. Nobody could get into the property. The tenants, as far as I know, are still there. I guess they're going through it, Sure. And I pretty much, that deal for me, I couldn't do it. I couldn't close it even though I had it under contract, because of that situation. They were bad tenants. And literally, I could have said, screw this. This is too much work. This is too much of a headache. I literally pretty much had the 45K in my hand, and I couldn't get it, man. So I was like, it messed up my whole month. I was like, come on, man, this is crazy. This cannot be happening. I was so close to closing a deal, but because of this situation, it's not gonna happen. So I could have easily just, throw in the towel and be like, I'm done. But, for everyone listening, you can't get discouraged. You have to keep going. You have to keep putting the time. You have to keep putting the effort. You have to make the extra calls, the extra, if you're going to text, the extra text, and eventually you will get a deal. You just got to keep pushing. But yeah, man, that was going to be my first deal, and it fell through because of that.
Damn. Okay, so bro, let's talk about this. See if someone's in similar situation, they can get this resolved. Because listen, with the whole COVID, I have multiple that came up. So my question to you is, did you offer the renter any money?
Dude, you couldn't even, the property, man, it was an out of state, it was an absentee owner. He lived in Washington, right?
Yep.
I told him, I said, dude, I'll offer them money to get out. We couldn't even get them to answer the phone or even answer to open the door.
Dang, okay.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I wish I was like, I would have broke the door down. I need that 40K.
Now, okay, so you did try that way where you actually, okay, so for those of you who's watching this, all right, it seems so Jonas, seemed like you've done everything I can. I typically would also put a note on there if they don't answer. I put a note. I said, hey, we're gonna offer you X amount of dollars, all right, for just, and we're willing to work with you to vacate. So I want to give you guys ideas. So if you run into something like this, maybe you can give it a shot. But they are a renter where they just probably not going to cooperate. Okay. But I want to give you guys, so me and Jonas want to give you guys as much ideas as possibly can. So when you do run into similar situation, you try everything, right?
Yeah.
Now, the next thing is, did you try to negotiate with the buyer where they're willing to buy it sight unseen and reduce your price?
Dude, nobody wanted to do that. I tried so many people, dude. They needed to. They wanted to see it. It needed some work. It needed a little bit of work. So they needed to go see it,
Right.
And the contract, I mean, they wanted, and then another thing is, okay, they could have bought it sight unseen, but how are they going to get the estimates that they actually need? They need to go and see it. They wanted to send their contractors. Even if they didn't go, they wanted to send the contractors to go see it so that they know what they're going to do.
Sure.
Because if you're using hard money, you need to know how much it's going to cost.
Makes sense.
Nobody, dude, I went through so many people and nobody was biting, man. So I just had to.
So no buyer would take on the risk to buy it with the renter in there.
No. The reason being was they weren't cooperating, dude. There was no way to get into them. They wouldn't answer the phone. And if you knocked, they would never open the door. And it's against the law, dude. You can't go in, even though it's your house, you can't take them out. So
correct.
That was the
Woo, man. Okay, now let's talk about this 38 Gs.
Yep, let's do it.
So the 38 Gs is coming from the same list.
No, it came from a different list. It came from the probate list.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it came from a probate list. And luckily for me, that probate, they had already done the due diligence and they already did the probate process.
Okay.
So I didn't have to wait for 6, 7, 8 months for for the probate process to get to go through. So luckily for me, man, I went. I was actually around the area at the time, so I was able to see the house physically. I saw the house right on scene. I said, dude, I signed for this amount of money. And I said, I'm not leaving until we make a deal. I had my contract in hand.
So wait, so you actually went out and met with the seller?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's talk about the numbers. What's the ARV on the property?
The ARV on that, it was a multi-family. It was a three-family.
Oh, so it's a triplex.
Yeah, it was a three-family. Everyone was month to month, which was good.
Yep.
The ARV on it was about 3. I'm sorry, I just can't remember the numbers.
No, that's fine.
You could say like about 350.
Okay, so ARV is 350, and what's the rehab on it? Damn,
I don't remember. I'm sorry, man. I should have came prepared.
No. Okay. So now the intention for the buyer to buy this property to keep it as a rental?
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the cash flow. So, and let's see if the number makes sense.
Yeah.
And what is the total rent?
The total rent he was getting was about 6,000.
6,000 a month?
6,000 for all 3 floors. 3 floors. So 2, 4, 6.
So 6,000 a month.
6,000 a month. Yeah.
So which means 2, 4, 6. So 2,000 a unit.
Yep.
Okay. And what was the purchase price?
I got it under contract. I'll give you the numbers right now.
Sure. Yeah.
I want to be accurate. I got it under.
I like the hat, bro. It said X set.
I'll tell you about this off camera. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my other brand. It's a gaming brand. Yeah. So I got it. Okay. So here's the numbers. I found the numbers. So I got it on the contract at 192.
Okay, you got under contract for 192. This sounds like a freaking cash flow like a cow.
Yeah, dude. It's good for whoever. Yeah.
Hold on, bro. So 192.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and what obviously. And what are you sending out to the buyer for? So 192 plus 38?
Yeah, plus 38. That was the end. Yep.
So 192 plus 38. So the buyer's going to buy this for 230,000.
230. Yep, that was exactly it.
I mean, dude, this looks like a no-brainer. So 230.
No brainer. Yep.
Dude, wow.
Yep.
And this is also in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would have loved to buy this one.
I know, man. I know.
So 230. So ARV is 350. So wow.
Yeah.
So okay, and you don't know how much the rehab would be?
Yeah, the rehab was about 60. That was about the rehab was about 65.
Okay, so 230 plus 65,000. So they're all in at 295.
295. Yes, correct.
Okay.
We're in at 295. Yeah.
Okay, so okay, wow. The cash flow
Yeah.
is, so I mean, the mortgage, a mortgage on a 300,000, I would say, let's just say $1,700 a month.
Yep, max.
Okay, oh my God, bro, 6,000, 1,700.
Yep.
No brainer.
Cash flow, bro. Cash flow.
So why didn't you keep this one?
For this particular, I just wanted to move on. I wanted to keep moving on. I want to keep I'll obviously keep more for myself because you're gonna have more opportunities. But for this one in particular, I just wanted to move on and just do what I do. Just keep moving on. I'll hold more in the future, obviously. But this was you could either hold it. This is an opportunity that you can hold it, make money, cash flow, or you can flip it and make money that way. So.
Dude, this one have all the exit strategies where
yes.
Okay, so now let's talk about how do you find the buyer?
So I found the buyer. I called him. I did my calls. I left him a voicemail, didn't return my calls. I sent out my text messages, right? He responded 5 days after my text messaging blast went out. Okay. And he sends me, he's like, oh, because I told him, I'll buy it cash. He responds and he says, he says 225 cash. And I'm like, I need to go see it in person. So once I see it in person, I saw that I needed a lot of work. I said, dude, you're not gonna get this amount, but if you want right now, I'll give you this amount. I'll give you 192 right now, quick close. We can get this done right now. He was with his brother. And him and his brother going back and forth between, going up with the price. You have that brother that always said, oh, we should get more, or saying that somebody else offered him more. And I'm like, listen, forget about that somebody. I'm here right now. Let's get this deal done. So we ended up getting it under under contract at 192. He calls his attorney right there and then. And his attorney is a little bit shaky too. And then I'm like, dude, let's get it done. I'll sign the contract to you. I send them, the earnest. And I said, let's get it done. I'm serious.
Whew. Okay, so now when you got a lock up, how do you find the buyer?
This buyer, dude, I put ads up on Craigslist.
Okay.
I put ads up on Zillow.
Okay.
I put ads on Trulia. Where else? Yeah, those were my three things. Oh, and bigger pockets.
Okay. And where did the buyer come from?
The buyer came from Bigger Pockets.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so talk to me about this buyer.
He's a flipper.
Right.
He's a flipper. He was ready to go, man. So what I did was I scheduled viewings as a bunch of people were interested because obviously it was a good deal.
Yeah.
So I set up the showings for one day only. You see it one day, and if you don't make me an offer there, you're never gonna see it again. So I literally had I set up for a Saturday. I literally had 15 showings in one day.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. 15 showings in one day.
And sold it.
And sold it right then and there, dude, and like that. But I got other offers as well. I got low offers. I got good offers. I had people that literally didn't need hard money or even had the money too. So, I took the chance and said, dude, let's do it. Let's do it for this. And I could have got more if I wanted to, but I was like, listen, let me lock this in and then let's keep moving on,
Dude, got it done, man. So that's pretty much it, right? And now how much of a deposit did the buyer put down?
The buyer put $5K non-refundable. $5K non-refundable.
And how quick was the closing?
The closing took less than 40 days, man. Yeah, it was supposed to happen literally in 30 days, but you know, things take, you know, sometimes you go through situations and the papers and it gets signed and this and that. So it took about 40 days, man.
Boom, dude, bro, man, dude, I want to say, I want to say congrats, bro. Now, you guys, those of you who's watching,
Thanks.
I have never mentioned this before, but I'm going to mention it. If you guys come across a good deal like this in Washington State, if you come across a good deal like this in Washington State, so shoot me a text, 1-206-208-0676. I'll be your buyer. Like, I will buy it because I'll buy it because this is, dude, this is such a good deal. And I am in, you know, I'm thinking that I haven't been buying a lot, dude. Kind of same mindset with you. I just want to wholesale, stack the cash. I figure there's going to be plenty of time where the market's going to do a little correction. So there'll be plenty of time for us because I feel like, you know, we're still young. I'm 37.
Yeah.
And I feel like the market's going to make a corrections and there's time for us to buy. And when, dude, it's probably not going to happen. If it does happen like in 08 or 09, dude, you're like, you don't even have enough money to buy all this because there's a bunch of sales going on, right? And I'm waiting, dude. I'm waiting for the sales.
And we're planting the seeds, man. We're just stacking. So when the time comes, you know, instead of that one that we were gonna buy, we can probably buy 3 at a time. You know what I mean? Because the deals are gonna be so good.
Yep, dude.
But that's the ultimate end game, though. You have to hold for all these kids coming up, man. The end game is to hold properties like the ones that you have, hold them, cash flow, and keep building. But in the meantime, keep stacking your money.
Dude, so for those of you, if you're in your 20s, let me give you, this is just my personal opinion, right? But you do you. If you're in your 20s, 19, 18, or you're just starting out and you're under 30, I highly suggest that you should focus, even under, if you're under 30, I suggest that you should focus on wholesaling and then take that money and build a business first. Build a nice, sustainable business first before you're thinking about buying rental property. Because here's the reason why. Let's say you make 38 G's on this one. You take the 38 G's, you go buy a piece of rental, and you do the BRRRR strategies. It's going to take you a couple, like 4 to 5 months to take that, you know, to 6 months to actually take that money back out and reinvest it again. But in the meantime, you know what your business need? For your business to grow big, it needs fuel, which means you got to take the cash and you got to fuel it. You got to put it back into it. But if you don't have the cash because you already locking the cash in a property where only cash flow you $1,000 a month, or maybe $200 a month, or $500 a month. The rental property, what it does is a long-term game. It only gives you little drips. So if you push the 38,000 into a property that only give you 500 a month or 1,000 a month, guess what? You could use that 38 G's to build a business that gives you 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 G's a month. Okay. So you guys, a lot of you are trying to like, hey, Khang, dude, I want to get into buying rental property. I want to be able to make money when I'm not working. But dude, that's a long-term play. So focus on building. So when I was in the mastermind, I was in CG. The guy, the one that owns the whole CG, his name is Jason Medley. Dude, super. If you get a chance to join CG and talk to Jason, bro, I highly recommend you do, dude. Super smart dude. Super smart dude. And this is what he said. He said, Khang, I keep my business, dude, very simple. You build your cash cow, and then you take your cash cow to buy your cash flow. But until you have a cash cow, you don't buy the cash flow. A cash cow means a business that spits you 5, 10, 20. I'm talking about like not just 5G. I'm talking about like 20, 30, 50 G's a month. Just cash every single month. Then now you're ready to buy your cash flow. And dude, his life, bro, dude, his life is amazing, bro. He's having fun with his family. He's traveling all the time. Very easy life because this is what Jason does, dude. He doesn't even own any rental property. What he does is he does what's called transactional funding. Like he just lent his money out, dude, to the people that wants to buy the rental property, and then he just get a portion of. So he actually own a portion of that rental property, but with no headaches.
Yeah. And he's still getting paid. And
yeah,
he's still getting money.
He just getting paid, lending his money out at 12%. Right. And then once they refi the property, they can cash him out. And then he take that same money, he go do it again. So he doesn't have to deal with renter. He doesn't have to deal with property manager. He lets whoever it is deal with it. And he just getting that money. Dude, smart dude, bro.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's the game. That's the game right there.
Yeah. And Tut is a killer. Dude, that guy, bro, the guy's a beast. The guy's a beast.
Man. He's a man.
Because for him to own that many rentals in Seattle, his net worth got to be pretty high because Seattle is expensive, bro.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
The taxes are crazy out there too.
Yeah, dude. Seattle, man, it's like even in my state, it's extremely hard to get get cash flow. You're lucky. So in my states, I focus on the 1% rules, which mean if I'm all in on a property for 100,000, I need to get $1,000 back in rent. If I'm all in at 200,000, I need to get $2,000 in rent. If you can get the 1% rules in my area, it's pretty good. Like it's a no-brainer. It's a buy. Like your numbers, dude. Your number, dude. I'll buy I'll buy sleeping. But
I know.
But the thing is that it's different for every single market. So those of you who watch this, you got to understand your market because some market, the 1% might be too high. You might have to buy for 100,000 and get like $3,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 in rent. So you got to understand your market. And in those market, I know that the appreciation is probably not going to be there as much. And it's probably not in a really good area. So it's kind of like a trade-off, but there's deals everywhere. But anyways, dude, Jonas, let's wrap this up, man. How can people connect with you, man?
They can connect me. I'm on Instagram, Jonas, Jonas, and my last name together, Medrano, Medrano. And that's pretty much the only outlet that I use. I don't like Facebook that much. I like my Instagram. I think it's more personable. You can reach the person, instantly. Yep. And yeah, man, I'm on Instagram, and thanks to people like you, I appreciate it, man. The systems that I have, the team that I have now, behind me, I have some assistants, assisting me as well. And dude, I wasn't gonna say this on camera because I don't like to put my numbers out there, dude. But for these kids coming up, I'm literally, I'm in this probably, let's say 6 months, and I'm on pace to make $500,000, bro. Yeah, dude.
Woo!
No cap.
No, yeah, that's right. No cap. That's right.
No cap.
No. Bro, dude, I'm so happy for you, man. Congrats, dude. Now, Jonas, what are some last words that you want to say? And then let's wrap this up, bro.
Some last words I want to say is, don't obviously put in the time, put in the work, block all the noise out, forget about the girls for a little bit, focus on you, make your money first, and then all the girls will come. That's one. Put the time in. Don't get discouraged. This is not an easy industry. Do not get discouraged. Keep going, because you can be so close to where you want to be, and literally you could take a step backwards, and you can just literally just be so close, but yet so far. So just keep going. And another advice that I want to give to people that are doing well as well, and in this industry, is just master the skill, master it. I see a lot of people out there trying to sell courses and they don't know what they're talking about. Master it before, like for instance, let's say I just did this deal, and then all of a sudden you see me talk about, I can sell you courses online. And then I know what I'm doing because I have, somewhat of a background, but newbies really don't know. Master the skill before you try to sell out some programs. And then just be honest, and in this industry, be honest, be responsible, and you'll kill it. And thanks to people like you, man. It's free game from me, free game from you. And pay attention to this dude. This dude is the real deal.
Bro, from the bottom of my heart, man, thank you so much for the love and for the support. But let me ask for the kind word too, dude. One last question. Dude, you got any Dogecoin, bro?
I do.
No, dude. Now, do you sell it? Do you sell it the day of the SNL, or did you hold?
I hold. I'm holding.
Oh, okay.
I'm riding the wave, man. I'm riding the wave.
$1, baby.
$1.
Dude, actually, it just dipped down today, and I think I ended up buying like $3,000 more.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Doge's now down to like I think like 48 cents or something, bro.
No, I'm gonna rack up a few.
Oh, dude. Too. It's actually down right now to 45.
This is when to buy, dude.
Buy it, bro. Buy it. To the moon we go, baby. Anyways, dude, Jonas, thank you so much, bro, for your time. Thank you for dropping everything. And I hope you guys, those of you watching this, once again, I'm just repeating what Jonas said. This is not an easy game. All right. Working for someone is not easy. Being an entrepreneur and creating your own business is not easy. All right. Working for someone's hard. Being an entrepreneur, creating your own business is hard. You choose your hard, but I promise you, dude, hard works pays off. Until next time, you guys take care. And Jonas, ciao, bro.
Thanks a lot, guys.